Alright, so I'm going to show you how to start using Sketchy Physics. What you want to look for is this tab, this set of tools, and in this set of tools you're going to see this gray colored floor. That's what it is meant for, and I would not alter really anything on this floor yet. And we're just going to get used to these new sets of tools that we've been given. So in the most basic way, Sketchy Physics allows you to play around with new shapes, new 3D shapes. They're drawn a little bit different. We're not going to use the rectangle and pull up objects, the push-pull tool. We can just make boxes, spheres, cones, cylinders. And so I am going to build a box, and this is now a solid shape as defined to Sketchy Physics, because if I'm going to use this rectangle tool, it's not going to have the same properties as if I use the tools that are given to Sketchy Physics. So we'll just do a little test here. I'm going to make something that is obviously unbalanced. And I'm going to put another object on top. Maybe I'll choose to use one of my other Sketchy Physics shapes. So now I have something that should obviously fall over here as soon as I'm ready. I want to make sure these things are big enough that everything's going to fall over. I'll get a nice viewpoint. So this should topple over, and when I hit the play button here, you can see that they've all fallen over, and you'll see this Sketchy Physics control panel open up while the physics is running. Now, let's say I want to make adjustments to this. I have to hit reset. Biggest thing I'm going to tell you right now is that if you don't hit the reset button, and if I was to hit save right now, it's going to save all these things scattered all over the place, and you're not going to be able to put them back together. So you always have to make sure you rewind. And I'm going to show you some of the other attributes of Sketchy Physics, and I'll tell you I don't know everything about this software. I know enough just to do some damage. So the other things that we can start doing is using all these other tools here. So we can make hinges and motors and all sorts of other types of joints and sliders, springs, ball joints, universal joints. I don't even know how to use all these things, but there's some cool stuff you can do with Sketchy Physics. I'll show you another one. I'll show you how to make a motor. So I'm going to make a motor to knock over this block. And so I have this new block that I want to attach a motor to, and my motor is the blue arrows there. And what I'm going to do is I want my motor to pivot on this end so it pushes the box this way off the screen. So I'm going to click a motor, and I want the motor to come up. So you see I'm on my blue axis. So now that is laying flat on top of that new box. Now, if I was to click play right now, nothing's going to happen. So I'll rewind. And what I have to do is use this joint connector. It's next to this thing that says UI. So I'm going to click my joint, and I have to hold down. You see, as I hit down my control button on my keyboard, you see that plus sign comes and goes. I want to join those. Now they're joined. Okay. They're both selected at the same time. Now Sketchy Physics knows that these are joined. Okay, now I see that I hit play, but my motor's running the wrong direction. I wanted it to go the other way. So I'm going to reset, rewind. And what I can do to adjust these things, to adjust the motor, I have to select the motor itself, and I click on the UI button. What it's going to open up is this dialog. So you can set the accelerant. Okay, that's the first setting there. It's set to 1. I'm going to set it to -1 now, so it operates the opposite manner. There we go. And it's going to continue to spin forever. So I'll reset that. Maybe now I can make it destroy a whole bunch of other things when it spins. So what I'm going to do is build a box. I'm just going to take that and I'm going to copy and paste that box and build a wall here. Maybe I'll build a wall in front of that wall. And we'll see what happens here. I've got a lot of stuff to knock over. So we'll hit play. And there we go. Things can move. So that's a real quick rundown of how you can start making things move in SketchUp using Sketchy Physics.